Hiya, you're right, listen, in this week's video there's a few things we're going to talk about. Every manufacturer that I can think of, well, 3 to be exactly, Dapol, Rapido and Accurascale, have for some reason picked this week to all announce their new vans have arrived, or are arriving, or are in development or whatever. And we've got from cheap to really expensive and different levels of detail as well. We're going to be having a quick discussion about those new offerings which have come out, and also we're going to look at the chat about the new Key World Model Live thing, the new show that's coming up at the NEC this weekend. There's been a lot of press about it, a lot of coverage, a lot of attention going towards it, and there's still a lot of people naysaying and a lot of people already punching down at how the show's going to go, saying it's not for them because it's a mixture of things. And I don't agree with that at all. So we're going to discuss that as well. And we've also got modelling and railway updates for the layouts right at the end there. Let's get involved. Right then, there's quite a little bit to talk about this week. Seems that everyone has decided to announce new vans. This is the week of vans. We've got Rapido, Accurascale and Dapol all have announced this week, or within the last week and a half, that they're bringing some new vans out now. Accurascale's banana vans have been on the horizon for a while. They've announced that they're now shipping out and owners should start receiving them, and they've also got a little bit of stock left over as well in case you've missed out on the pre-orders and you want to get in on the banana based action. Rapido, being Rapido, didn't just announce their vans and have done with it. No, they led us on a week-long pun-based adventure before finally revealing that their new vans were going to be some fish vans. The 1801 diagram, I think, not to be confused with the Hornby one, which is the 1800. Apparently there's some differences between the two. I don't know enough about either prototype. But what I do know is the engineering pictures which Rapido have provided us with do look quite nice. I always think it's quite funny with Rapido because they do make some great stuff, but they can't just announce something. It's got to be this whole thing with them where it's just nonsense and nonsense, but I quite like that about Rapido. That's how they're different. That's how they set themselves apart from everyone else, and I quite like it. Now, Dapol also, or Dapol, whatever, they've also announced that they have a new made in England range of vans available. Vans and wagons, and these include press flow cements and plank-sided wagons, and of course the staple, if you will, the 12-ton van in various liveries from as little as 11 quid per van. And this is the point I want to tickle for a minute, if I may. Is we have conversations about price points and affordability, and what's right for one may not be right for another, and that's fair enough. And you often get the comment, go, well, people say I don't want to spend £30 on per van and have a rake of 15 of them because that'll cost too much money. I don't necessarily think that's the point. I don't think you need to do that. I think this is why firms like Dapol have such an affordable range of wagons and vans available. So you can have your train if you've got the luxury of having double low gauge in such a big enough space that you'd be able to run a 10, 12, 13 van long train or even longer. The idea, to me at least, would be maybe have one or two of the more expensive vans, so maybe a couple of the Rapido fish vans, the Accurascale banana vans, or 12 tonners or whatever, and maybe 2 or 3 of each of them, and then bulk out the train with the affordable stuff from Dapol. And let's face it, when it's flying around your layout, you're not really going to pay too much attention to the finer detail, especially on the cheaper models. Your eye and your head are just going to see the train pulling vans, and if you weather them down, they look just as good as anything else. And this is another good thing about having an affordable range of vans and wagons from Dapol. It's giving you a scope to actually, and this is a crazy concept, I know, but it actually gives you some scope to do some modelling. I know, crazy, right? Loads of third parties out there which make detailing packs, brake pipes and multi-working tubes and tiffle waffles and all these bits and pieces. So you can detail or super detail pretty much any wagon you want for only a couple of pence per wagon, which is really good. So if you see fit to want to upgrade your £11 Dapol van with 3-link couplings or maybe turn metal buffers, you can do. You can even have brake piping if you so wish. Easy enough to do. And even when you factor in the cost of adding these extras, it still only brings your van up to about the 15-16 quid mark, which is still half the price of a Rapido one, for example. But you need to bear in mind that the Rapido offering is ready to run. It's got all the detail on there already. Same with the Accurascale versions, they're ready to run. Everything's already attached. You just open it from the box, go, ooh, put it on your layout, and watch it run around. And if you want to weather it, weather it. Plenty of videos out there showing people how to do weather. I've done a few myself. It's not hard to do. Give it a go. You'll find that will actually help you do a lot. Being creative with your modelling and getting the most out of the hobby. What else is there? Accurascale's Mark 5s coaches. Lighting issues. There's been a few people that are saying the lighting flickers on and off. Okay, yeah. They've teamed up with DCC Concepts and they've now released a little Stay Alive which fits into the decoder, and that fixes all the problems. Nice and simple, easy fix, job done. Check out Accurascale's website for more details if you're having lighting issues with your Mark 5 coaches. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about this week was the up and coming Key Model World Live event, which is happening this weekend. Now, I'm going to have a look, I'm going to check it out, see what's going on, see what it's about. It's the first type of modelling show of its kind in that it's multi-schooled, if you will. You've got model railways certainly at the head of the table, but you've also got things like remote control cars, tanks, RC aircraft. I don't think they're going to be flying around indoors, but you never know, although I highly doubt it. But introducing the idea to me that I can have a remote control digger and a remote control shovel and I can do my own gardening with my own little mini excavator is just a ridiculous notion. And the 5-year-old that lives within inside my chest goes, I want to do it! And if I can find anything in 172, maybe 176 scale, I don't know that I'm going to have the restraint necessary to not spend all my money on little remote control tanks and diggers and things, because I am a huge child. Might be a shock for some of you to learn that fact, but it's true. But despite the fact that you've got some of the biggest names in the industry heading this new show, you've got Key Model World, Home Magazine, they're the guys that are hosting it. You've got Accurascale, who are like the co-host, TMC, and loads of other people putting their names on the banner, if you will, to give this new show the real kickstart it needs. But despite all this, I mean, Accurascale are even bringing a real live full-size Class 37 that they nicked from Crew. So, I mean, what more do people need? I mean, but you've still got the odd one or two, and wittering on saying, it's not Wally, Wally's dead. Yes, Wally died, very sad. The people that were running it didn't want to do it anymore because it's a lot of work. But it's good because change brings new life into things. We all know that this hobby is changing, developing. We are all spoilt for choice these days in terms of miniature models, wagons, roller scooters, whatever you want, you can pretty much get it. 3D printing will also help you a lot that as well. And I think we need a model railway show which is going to reflect that, and I'm calling it a model railway show because to me it still is a model railway show, but it's like model railways and friends, if you will, to me, and it's going to be a bloody good one. It really is. Hopefully all the naysayers will see the videos. I'll certainly be making a little one. I'll be mooching around and filming what takes my interest personally. I'll be there on the Saturday, by the way, so if you do see me around, come and say hi, look for the cap. You won't miss it. I'll be with Jen, so she's like 19 foot tall, so you won't miss her. She usually has something stripy on a bright hat, so she's like a beacon of help me. But please do come along, say hello, and we shall have a chat. Negativity is always going to be a big part of the things that we deal with, and I'm hoping that it starts to stop now. We've now got a new show coming. It's exciting, it's new, it's different, it's fresh, and I for one wish Chemo World the best of luck with it, and hopefully it'll be around for many years to come. That's it for the discussion part of this video, folks. Any questions, you know the usual drill, just chuck them in the comments down below. Until then, I'll see you all next week. Take care. Bye-bye. Right, so we're going to do a very quick update on what's going on with the railway situation. I still haven't touched any of the Engage stuff. I feel really guilty about this. It's still only half a layout. We get to this end, and of course the loop still isn't completed or finished off. I really need to get my backside into gear with this and finish it, but I'm just not inspired to work on it, because like an idiot, I've been playing with my 00 stuff again and reimagining what this can be. I don't know if I mentioned this in previous videos, but I want this bit to be an oil depot, a very small one. I'm still playing with the placement of vehicles, buildings and what have you. Not sure about keeping the tanks where they are. I might move them here, I don't know yet. But operationally, this setup here with a little tanker facility here, on the back line you'll notice I've lifted the fencing up. Now what I'm going to do there is have a very low relief aggregates yard, if you will. I've got an idea whether I'm going to do it. Flap card and ballast and what have you stuck to the back seat, so it looks like there's piles of ballast there, and then maybe the odd one or two of these at the back there, just to give the impression that there's more going on than is actually happening there. Just something to bulk it out, if you will. But down this end we have what was the stabling point is now a goods yard. I still need to lift this section here. This is all the old gravel and what have you. That's going to come up and be removed, and I'm going to go for a finish similar to what we have here, which is just painted wood and weathered with powders. But it looks good in my opinion. I think it looks good. It looks like proper concrete, if you will. So that's staying like it is. This was a new addition. This was quite funny because this is like a trackside crane from Corgi, and I saw it on a video, didn't know what it was, and I posted it on Facebook, and you guys, to be fair with you, the legends that you are, immediately identified it for me. So I went out, ordered it, it arrived, and I weathered it all within about 48 hours, and it's lovely. And if I could find a way to motorise that arm and motorise this, I'd put my way to being a happier boy. But see, I've sealed that, so none of the powders come off. But what I did is the crane armature here, if it'll focus, I don't know if it will. That bit there is how it came, with this little loop on it. That's actually a magnet, and I used this new super glue that DCC Concepts are stocking. It's just over here. 1 second, let me show you. So it's this stuff here. This is the medium viscosity. You can get thin, thick and medium. Out for medium, and an activator for it. Now I've never used activator before, but Christ on a bike, it really does activate it. I was surprised at how fast that super glue went off and became rock solid, which is fantastic, because the job I had in mind for it, which you're going to just come back over here, is I've put a magnet in that at the end of it, but to attach it to it, what I did is put the magnet on a piece of wood, put a blob of super glue on top, lowered the arm so that it sat like that in the glue, and just with a bit of the activator, and it set straight away. And because, again, see previous comments, have been a massive child, I can now drive this over to here lowered it down. Oh, would you look at that? Yeah, you know that's good. And then obviously this wagon's like got stuff inside it, but you get the point. And there we are. But I just thought that's gonna add, and I can just have it like that. So when I'm taking photos, it just gives the impression that there's something actually happening. It gives some kinetic energy to the layout, if you will. I also finally weathered the conflats as well. They're looking a lot better now. The wood has been weathered down on them, so they look a lot more like they should do in real life. And of course, we've got the new Rapido private owner wagons that has arrived. This is the limited edition Jenny Kirk one, but that's all been weathered up nicely as well. Really nice wagon from Rapido. Really happy with that. I think it's worth the money, but you know, that's just me. Some people will say it's not, but those people are probably wrong. But just look at that. That is a lovely little scene now. Ignore the network rail van. He's not era. He's, hang on a second. There we go. He's not era prototypical. This is pre-tops. So network rail have no business here. And I'm liking it, and I'm really pleased with the crane. It looks cool. All I've done, by the way, is on the underside of that is a drawing pin. That's all I had at the time. It's just a drawing pin in there. But I've done the same with these containers. But I've put little magnets on the other side of them. It's a little coupling actually. But you see there, look, just the same sort of thing. Same sort of job. I know that they wouldn't be held on with magnets in real life, but it gives you the idea, doesn't it? And that's all it is really. It's just something to hang the old imagination on. So thanks for tuning in, folks. I really do need to crack on with the N-gauge stuff, but I haven't got the I just haven't got the desire at the minute because I'm too busy focusing on my first love, which of course is 00. So bear with me, N-gauge fans. It will be making a comeback, but 00 folks, you should be happy to see this back on the camera. Anyway, I'm going to bugger off now and do some bits and pieces, edit this video. And if you come into the Model Key World live show on Saturday and Sunday, I'll see you there. Cheers folks, take care, bye bye.